Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, run it back. Run it up, then run it back.
Woo! Happy Thursday and welcome to Run It Back. Why am I smiling so big? Because Victor Wembanyama put on a show last night.
No. We're glowing. Happy birthday, Beadle.
Oh, yes.
Happy birthday,
Thank you.
Beadle.
Okay, yeah, that too. That's fine. That comes second, though, to what Wemby was able to do last night. Oh, my goodness. It was supposed to be the Cooper flag night, and unfortunately, that completely got overshadowed by this man right here. Woo! Oh, yeah, we're just going to start showing that. All right, Spurs win, 125-92. Shout out to all the fans that were in the building. You were loud. He finishes with 40 points, 15 rebounds, 3 blocks. That's the most points in an opening game in franchise history. It's a pretty good franchise. Stephon Castle with 22. Vassell had 13. Cooper Flag did finish with 10 and 10. It took him a while to get to those points on that side, but who cares? Because let's talk Victor. The chat, the thread between everyone last night was very alive. You know what, Chandler? I'll start with you only because you seem obsessed.
I'm upset. I mean, it was the craziest collection of highlights I think I've ever seen. Usually I'll fire off like one text message to the chat. I think I sent 16.
You really did.
Every play, it just kept going possession by possession. And I've never thought this way about like Jokic and SGA, even LeBron, who I think is the greatest of all time. This kid is different, and I've never seen a game impacted so much on both sides of the floor. Even the shots he doesn't block, he altered about 15 shots. There's a couple plays where Cooper Flag literally had like beat his man, and then just like turned around when he saw Wemby.
Seen a guy smoke a layup because Wemby was behind.
Just because he was in the building. Like, it is crazy. I've never seen anything like it. I hope to God he stays healthy because he has a chance to be the greatest player of all time.
I agree, and I feel like if you look up the definition of generational talent, it'll be a picture of Wemby right next to it. So, like Chandler said, this is truly a talent we've probably never seen before, and we never will again. He has my early vote for MVP this year.
Boom!
He has my heart, Boogie.
I mean, this was just a full display of just whatever you want to do. It was like he was being guarded by traffic. It was like he was just going through the motions the entire night. I mean, a reverse dunk, your feet don't even leave the ground. Like, I mean, it was sick to watch last night, and I mean, I'm truly impressed. This is a real, true talent.
I'll add to it. We might be looking at the MVP and the defensive player.
Well, we're looking at the defensive player of the year. That's a
So that's done. That's a good.
That is a wrap.
Should have been,
the impact that he had on the defensive end is things that we see in the cartoons, when we see in video games. Like, he made AD look small yesterday.
He really did.
And look and Lively.
Oh my God.
Lively didn't sleep last night. I know a few people that didn't get any rest. Lively was one of them.
Yeah, he got mean.
Yeah, he had a long night, and trust me, he's gonna add to the list of people that he's gonna have that impact on, man. It's just, he's unguardable, and you can't score on him, and he brings his teammates along with him. When you have a guy that's dominant like that, it makes it easy for you to step in the gaps and do your job, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
like I was mesmerized when I first saw Kevin Durant play, right? The way he had it on a string, the way he handled with his size.
So
and
graceful.
Like Zion's athleticism. This is like a combination of everything.
It's a creative player.
His handle. There's 6'2" guys that can't handle the ball like that in the gym by themselves. This guy's doing it against Derek Lively, a 7-foot agile, like big, who can switch and move his feet. This is the biggest front court probably in the NBA with those guys. With Anthony Davis, who's a all-world defender.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Didn't have a chance like against this kid. Like it is insane. I'm literally mesmerized at what he did, and I'm pretty sure Boogie told me he ordered a jersey last night.
I definitely ordered a jersey. He gained a fan last night. I mean, I was a fan. I knew he was like a talent, but what I saw last night, I purchased a jersey. Had to right away.
No, you didn't.
Right away.
It felt
Yeah.
It felt like we watched him turn the corner last night.
Yeah.
Like we know
Like he'd
we
been
knew he was
waiting.
talented. We knew what he could be and what the potential was. But last night it was like, this is my league, and somebody has to take it from me. Somebody has to take this from me because I'm not giving it away. And I was amazed at the impact that he had every single possession down the floor, offensively and defensively.
And it's different. Like Shaq dominated in like a physical way. Steph Curry dominates with his shooting. This guy does it on all aspects, like of all areas of the game. I've never seen someone, like if you told me what's he do best right now, I don't know. Like I don't know because he does everything so elite and he impacts winning and his whole demeanor during the game. He's into it. He's hyping up his teammates. He's chest bumping down one after a good pass by Stephon Castle to him on the reverse lob.
Oh.
Like he everything you hear, he's the greatest dude. The guy's going to sleep early. He's not drinking. He's not partying. He's reading books. He's chilling with monks.
He deserves a drink.
Like yeah, how lit I would have got last night if I had that game on the opener. Like,
No,
he was probably in
game?
bed by 10, and up this morning. Like he's never gonna alter no matter good, high, low, and that's what's gonna make him even more great.
And to piggyback off of that, we continue to have these talks about, who's the next face of the league, and after LeBron leave, after KD leave, after Steph, like who are we turning to?
So we're
I think
good
he
now?
gave us our answer last night. I think the league is now comfortable moving forward, and we know exactly who to invest in,
Jokic,
and that's this young kid.
Jokic, SGA, Luka, Giannis, those guys are great. Like
Love you, mean it, but
I'm perfectly okay with this kid,
Yes.
right? And
it feels like you've been on like a bunch of dates, and last night there was a spark.
I fell in love.
Yeah, there was a spark.
It was great. I
Something
took the
different.
next step. It was crazy.
By the way,
was
when he
unbelievable.
gets Defensive Player of the Year and MVP, he will join a list that only has Olajuwon, Jordan, and Giannis. So that is coming. That will be something.
I throw my girl in there too, Asia.
Oh, you know what? That's fair.
Shout
That's
out
on
to
me.
her.
Shout
Yeah.
out. You're
Shout
a better
out.
feminist than I am, dude. That's an embarrassing moment for me. I also want to point out that he was up in cheering when he wasn't playing. Like, there were
100%.
Spurs fans in the house, and you guys were loud, and he was up doing that. My favorite part of last night's game, not just listening to the voices of the announcers who just seemed to be, like, losing words. They couldn't figure out what else to say. It was watching the Spurs bench when he would do something, because they also look like we
They
look.
were like reenacting their teammates'
We've
dunks.
literally never seen what we saw last night. He blocked the shot, got the rebound,
Tween, tween.
brought it up the court, tween, hezzy, step back, 3-ball foul. This is within 30
Beautiful.
seconds of a basketball game. We've never seen it. Like he
I've never been happier.
He jumped out of a video game. last night.
It's the crazy.
Every possession was a highlight.
He blocked a shot with his elbow last night.
stupid.
I swear to God, he blocked a shot with his elbow. Like it is insane what this dude was doing. Like he is.
Seth.
You talk about league pass player who's your.
Yeah.
I might watch all 82 games of
Yes.
this team. Like
I'm so happy about this.
Oh, I'm all
I
in.
really am. This is a moment. All right, we do lists, right? So top 3 players in the league right now. I know it's one game, so you got to be realistic.
SGA would be Jokic.
That's it. That's the list.
Jokic, SGA.
I didn't say no particular.
So
Oh,
no
yeah, that's right.
Luka,
No
no
particular order.
Giannis.
I think
no-
Luka and Giannis
We're
are
one
probably right
game,
there.
man.
I know.
That's why I got to ask him now.
I don't want to be
It's
dramatic.
One game in, I'm going with Wemby as number 1.
You've seen all you need to see.
That's all I needed to see. He's number 1 for me.
And you wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be wrong. But it's a lot of guys that's gonna make their stamp on this. But the debut that Wemby had last night in this season, it was something to watch. It was incredible.
It's one game.
Sure.
He's top 5. Like he's top 5 easily. Like SGA, Jokic, Giannis, Luka, Wemby.
And it ain't
in
5,
particular
4, 3, or 2.
Yeah, I don't know what he is. He's not 5.
4, 3, or 2.
You know what? Let's see those things again. Let's just see these beautiful moving pictures one more time.
Play the
Honestly,
highlights.
like play
Roll the
them. Just
highlights.
leave them on a loop.
Like
Just wanna see.
this was insane.
The give and go.
This was
Oh,
insane.
oh, that was the meme.
Doesn't
That
bring
was
it down.
the ball
This
screen.
was just. I can't do that on a Nerf hoop. Look at this.
Mind you,
That's just unnecessary roughness.
That's fun.
What?
What's the point of even being out
And
there?
then he
This
like,
is what I love, though. I love the emotion.
Look at this.
But, like I love,
Oh my
I
God.
love the emotion. As a guy that
Hold that.
you don't really see that a lot from. I enjoyed the fact.
This
that,
was
oh my,
insane.
look, step back,
Oh my
tween,
God.
tween. Let me get one more after that.
stir him up. Stir him up. Look at him talk.
Yeah, let me get one more. Lively.
All this in the size
Felt bad for
26.
Lively.
It's like it's
No, the
Even-
orange shoes, that's all you see.
Man,
even when you come and he gets bodied by Anthony Davis, he still has like the coordination to like step through and hit these little one-legged bank shot. Like it's even when he's off balance, he's still just so efficient. He's so good. He's so tall. He's so long. And then we talked about before the one-on-one game, the All-Star
Oh,
weekend.
yep.
Don't put this dude in it because that is a
Because
lot
who
to
are
win it all.
Because for example,
he can
last
guard
night,
everybody and no one can guard him.
well, Anthony Davis had that that's somebody you would think to do. That after last night, that's not an option. So I don't even know who you would try.
And you can't put a little fella on him.
Little fella would be nightmare.
They're all little.
Lou had a tweet last night, or not a tweet, a text to us about Wemby, Castle, and Vassell being a trio. And by the way, this is all no De'Aaron Fox, just a reminder.
That's scary.
That's still happening. But yeah, this trio, what do you make, Lou?
I love to see it. I love to see it. Like, even Castle, the way that he played. Like, when you're next to a guy like Wemby, and they say that that's gonna bring energy and that's gonna make you level up your game and you're gonna make your teammates better. That's what I saw last night. Like, when you have a guy like Wemby, the impact that he has on a defensive end, that makes it easy for a Castle and a Vassell to want to get in the passing lanes, to want to be disruptive on the perimeter of the court and hold your weight. If you got a guy that can block every single shot, he's altering shots on the perimeter, you got to hold your weight. That's going to make this team dangerous on the defensive end. And offensively, because of Wemby, he's opening up lanes for these guys, and they're taking advantage of it. It's one thing to play next to a guy like that, and you kind of defer. These guys don't defer. They take advantage of every opportunity that playing next to a Wemby affords them, and they're going to be a tough out for anybody. And when De'Aaron Fox come back, that makes them even deeper on the perimeter.
What does that do when De'Aaron Fox comes back?
Well, it's a good question.
Gives them depth.
And they're going to be deep. They have so many good guards. They have so many good wings. They have it all. And again, if you know you're getting Harper with that second pick, I don't know if that decision to pay Fox, but also we can't just throw Fox away.
God, no.
Let's remember how good he is, how electric he is, how fast he is in transition on the break. He's going to be good, and he's going to be great in that two-man game as well with Wemby. But Wemby's always going to get the headline. I want to talk a little bit more about Castle. It's like without Wemby, he's the star of the show. He the way he's a two-way defender. He's so quick, bounce, athletic. He finishes, and he's kind of got that same demeanor where he's just
serious,
calm and serious, and just business as usual. So between him and Keldon Johnson and this guy Vassell, they
also
play the right way.
It's a lot.
They play the right way. They play hard. They defend. It seems like they're bought into this new coach's philosophy. So they're in a really, really good spot, and this is a trio that you should probably look for and put up there at the top.
But, as it comes to Fox, I don't think we have to even bother ourselves worrying about what are they going to do with him. In this new NBA where we're talking about positionless basketball, guys can play anything, we don't have any dominant point guards, well, just go get really good basketball players and put the best 5 players out on the floor.
Yeah.
When De'Aaron Fox comes back from injury, he's just going to be able to add to this mix of young guys that's playing at a high clip. Dylan Harper, he's going to find his footing.
There you go.
They got a lot of different young guys and a lot of different lineups that they can go to that's going to give them a chance to win a lot of basketball games. And convincingly, Dallas Mavericks was a team that we felt like would be disruptive in the West.
Sure.
They made them look like it was levels to this last night. They really did. And so once a guy like that comes back from injury, I think that only makes this team better. I don't think they have to worry about that.
Yeah, 100%. It's a luxury to have what they have.
And also,
it's
Harper was the
definitely a
better
good
rookie.
problem.
Yeah, to have that depth and that kind of guard play with that 7'6" animal.
He's a beautiful, beautiful man.
It's a great problem to have. They are in great shape.
45.5. That is the predicted win total for the San Antonio Spurs. They had 34 last year. That's obviously a completely different situation. Are we taking the over on that? Under? What are we doing?
I'm going over.
I already said playoffs at the end of last season, so I'm on the record.
It's hard to not. After they just dismantled the Mavs, who are some people's finals pick this year. And again, that is a big front line. That is a team with a lot of hype. Cooper Flag, and obviously they're missing Kyrie Irving, but it's hard to, after watching what I watched last night, not to take over 45.5.
I gotta agree.
Yeah, that's done. Let's put it in cement, rock. Let's do a little Cooper Flag talk here, because that was, of course, last night. That was the hyped moment. Everyone waiting to see what this kid has. It took him a while, bit of a slow start. Didn't get his first points until the third quarter. Look, his parents were sitting courtside. There's so much talk about him. Jay Billis is calling the game. Like, there's a lot, Chandler. And I don't know if it was a first night jitters, age, intimidating, what?
Yeah, he struggled. He looked like an 18-year-old kid playing against arguably the greatest defensive player of all time. It was not a good matchup. It was not a good matchup
Greatest
for him.
Man who's ever lived.
And again, I saw Cooper got by his guy 2 or 3 times and literally hit him with a U-turn when he saw Wemby at the rim, which again, they play Washington next. I think he'll bounce back and have a kind of get his feet, and he kind of found it. But he was definitely nervous. He definitely seemed a little rusty. I did love and hated at the same time. He only took 2 field goal attempts in the first half. He didn't force. He didn't press. He didn't try and do too much. But also, I don't know if I love him at point guard. You're kind of
Yes.
taking away what he does good. You got him the #1 pick to go out there and dominate and be elite and do what he does best. Having him initiate the offense and set up the offense doesn't allow him to do what he does great, which is get out in transition, finish, get to the rim, cut, move without the ball. When he's initiating it, kind of takes that away. Obviously, it's a small sample size. It's one game. I think he's going to be okay, but he looked like an 18-year-old playing against grown men last night.
And I want to piggyback off of that and to speak off something Lou said earlier about positionless basketball. Like, yeah, we are in that era of basketball, but I also think we're not putting some of these players in the position to succeed, to be successful and succeed. And we've seen plenty of examples of how this positionless basketball doesn't work. We can start with the Phoenix Suns team of last year where, you know, they tried to go out there this season with championship hope, and they didn't have a point guard on the roster.
That was rough.
And it was horrible. It ended badly. And, you know, we continue this trend. And, yeah, it's great in certain areas, but like you said, they're not putting the young fella in position to be successful. He's not a point guard. And that's not something you can just wake up and go do it. Being a point guard.
Everybody ain't Draymond.
Exactly.
Yeah,
being a point guard comes with real responsibility. It's being the floor general. You're the second coach. You're the coach on the floor. So to put that type of pressure on an 18-year-old rookie and think he's going to come in and lead a team of veterans and also have championship aspirations at the end of the year, that's just not realistic.
It's also not who he is.
And it's not helping this kid.
Well, I mean, look, he's got the right coach to be the guy to be like,
Absolutely.
this isn't it.
And
So,
again,
like,
I
let's figure this
get
out.
tweaking it, and Kyrie Irving's out, and they're trying to get him going. They're trying new things with this lineup, but I'd rather see them start D'Angelo Russell at point guard or
I
Nimhard
agree.
and put him in his natural position and let him be who he is. That got him to the #1 pick. Being a point guard didn't get him drafted #1. Being Cooper Flagg, being this athletic wing that can play all different types of positions and styles, that got him #1 pick. Not being a point guard.
Right.
Maybe there'll be a change.
Right. You got to have the personnel to do that, right?
Yeah.
It works for Golden State. It may work for some other teams, but we look at the two teams that's kind of experimented with it, with Iman Thompson down in Houston. They got a point guard that's out with injury. You look at Dallas, their point guard is out with injury.
Phoenix didn't have a point guard, so they
Phoenix
had to
didn't
do
have
it.
a
But it's
guard, so
point
they
guards
had-
on the market.
They have no.
It's no excuse.
No, absolutely. No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. You experiment with it. All right, let me make sure he's put in the best position possible to be successful. So he's got to make that adjustment, and he has the best coach in the NBA to be able to do that, to put him in a place to be successful. Yeah, put him in that mid-range somewhere where he's dangerous, where he has a live dribble, where he can play off of the dribble instead of initiating the offense. That's going to take some time for him to get used to. Hopefully they adjust and he doesn't have to get used to it.
Agreed.
You can put him in a natural position where you can get it. They tried it last night. It didn't work out. Some of these other teams have tried it. It didn't work out. Hopefully you put these guys in the best position for them to be successful for your team moving forward.
Their next game is against the Wizards.
So, yeah,
There you go.
I'm with you.
Let's not
in
be
the world
rude.
of positionless basketball, it ain't for everybody.
It's not for everybody, man.
It's not. All right, we're going to take a very quick break. When we come back, coach of the LA Rams, Sean McVay, joins us.
Run it back, run it back, run it back, run it up, run it back, run it up, run it back, run it up, run it back.
Sean McVay, youngest coach in the history to win a championship. That's what good coaching is.
This man never lacks intensity. Joining us now, Coach Sean McVay from the Rams. Coach, first of all, thanks for getting up early. What am I can't see? How many hours have you been up?
You know
already?
he's on his second workout already.
Yeah, where are we today?
Good afternoon to you guys.
The only person that gets up earlier than us, which is amazing. All right, you were brought to us today by Chandler, because you guys are what, semi-neighbors?
Oh, yeah.
Living next to this animal, like, what is that even like?
I know I can only take him in doses, so this is very rare. You know, this is an off-season thing, and it's because the bye I decided to come on, but anything for my guy. It is it's fun. We're not the best though with these mommy and me classes. There's a couple dads that aren't as present as we should be, and that's me and this guy.
We really bonded off our 2-year-old son just beating the shit out of each other and sending videos to each other who wins.
That's
Yeah, hey,
bond.
you can tell his kid just towering mine, just like Chandler does with me in pictures. But my little guy, he's scrappy, man. He's got the leverage on him.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love this. This is good. We got to talk a little bit about the game over the weekend. It was a bit of a butt whipping on the Jaguars. But you know what? So much is made about teams traveling overseas and how you get used to it. You guys flew in like 24 hours before the game. A, who came up with that way to do it? And B, is that how we all should be handling the body clock situation?
Yeah, I was joking, Michelle. I said we were like a special ops team. We just flew in and out before you even knew we were there. But you know what? I think a lot is made, and these guys know better than I do with the amount of travel that they're used to during the season. But we try not to make it a bigger deal than what it is. We're used to going from the West Coast to the East Coast, where it's a 3-hour time difference. We're kicking off at 10 a.m. in our head. And what we did was we just stayed in Baltimore, and with us kicking off at 2:30 in London, it basically was a 3.5-hour time change. If you're looking at it in a similar lens, we stayed in Baltimore, trained at the Orioles facility, which was awesome. And then our guys just got up and they were ready to roll. And so I think a lot's made of it, but you don't want guys wasting their emotional or mental energy on stuff that they can't control. And I think there's a lot of trust from our sports performance group led by Reggie Scott. And we always try to do what's right by the players. Everything starts with them in mind. I think they know that, and certainly they delivered in a big way. And people will ask, what was the secret to it? And it always goes back to the players.
Yeah, Coach, that was a hell of a game, hell of a decision. One of your star players is Puka, who he's a huge LeBron fan, right? And he loves basketball.
Oh, yeah.
He played in high school. First of all, have you seen him hoop? I know he played in like the celebrity game last year. He held his own. Have you seen?
He can hoop, man.
Yeah.
Him and Devontae are big hoopers. We've got some guys that we're all fans of you guys. You know, I got excited watching Wemby like you guys last night. You know, I've gotten to have some cool relationships with some of these coaches. Shoot, I remember Lou doing his thing at South Gwinnett. I grew up in Atlanta, and he was doing his thing. So there's a lot of mutual respect. But I've seen Puka hoop. I think he thinks he can hang with the real ones. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I saw that. I was tempted to invite Puka to the gym one day. He said he can go get 10 to 12 in the NBA game. I was going to invite him to the gym.
He came on our show last year, and he was like, "Yeah, I can get 12 or 15 in the NBA game." We were like, "Stop, cut it out."
Yeah, you're a cute kid, Puka. You know,
hey, but how much, Coach? How much is it to the? You know, does he really watch the LeBron highlights? Because you know he's on. He's been said that he watches like in the locker room pregame. He's watching this for motivation. He's obviously known to be a big fan. That's real.
That is real. And the real thing, you know what's cool is I mean, I use NBA stuff all the time to motivate our team because you can't show guys other NFL players. And so, you know, when you talk about it, I remember my first exposure really appreciating what Wemby and how he's wired when you guys were talking about him. Watch that Court of Gold documentary. I'm a huge Steph Curry fan, huge Steve Kerr fan. And so we're always looking for motivation, and I think there's such a mutual respect that our guys have for the NBA, for that space. You know, obviously our ownership owns the Nuggets. We've had some interactions with them over the years, and so there's just a lot of appreciation. And Puka is a real NBA connoisseur, and he understands the intricacies of the game. You hear him and Devontae chop it up and talk ball, and there's a lot of love and respect, and they're watching closely, and they can understand it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And NBA players, we have some weird pregame routines as well. And Coach, you don't have to name names, but what's some of the weirder things that you've seen a coach get involved with pregame to get going? Like Rick Carlisle out in Indiana, he tapes his ankles before games like he's going out there to hoop. That's one that I've seen. What's some of the weird pregame stuff that you've seen?
Here's what I can appreciate. You know, the coach down the street, you know, Jim Harbaugh's a guy I got a ton of respect for. I mean, I think he's got his cleats on pretty consistently. He's banging guys' shoulder pads. He gets all jacked up. So, you know, and then some of the other stuff, Lou, I'd probably get incriminated if I told you about it. So we'll put that off air.
God, I love that kind of weird stuff. How much do you believe on this competition thing separates the good from the great? I know there was a story about the Ravens removing fun, competitive stuff from the locker room. Obviously, they're having a bit of a rough start. Like, where are you on? I know, right? I was like, I feel like you leave it in there if that's the case. But where are you on that? Like, removing things, adding things.
You know what? I think that your leaders, your players, you know, I think it's always about collaboration, Michelle. You know, I think there's got to be a commitment to a philosophy, and I think it's especially revealed in the hard times. What do you want to be about? But I think for us, when we've been at our best, there's an urgency where, hey, we got to get our work done, but there's also an enjoyment. You know, that's when I think, I mean, this still is a fun game. And when you watch people that are doing their thing, they're totally, completely present, but they're immersed in the moment and they love it. But there is an urgency that's required to be able to get it done. And there's a mental toughness and a resilience to persevere through the hard times. But I think consistency is the truest measurement of performance. And I think that's especially important to be about when you do go through the challenging times that are inevitable in sports. That's what you love so much about it. But the thing I liked about what I saw from the Ravens deal is I think that was player-led. John Harbaugh is a guy that I got a ton of respect for what he's done over the years. So I think it's always about collaboration and good, clear communication of where we're headed and where we want to go and how we want to get out of this rut if that's where we're at.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach, so if you could add one NBA player from the league to your roster right now with the Rams, who would it be and what position would they play? And by the way, I am a free agent.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I love it. Hey, listen, you tell me where you want to line up. We're going to create some problems, folks. So
Hey, Coach, I'm ready to be tight end, couple goal line fades. I can do all that. I'm not great with the routes. I'm not the fastest guy, but my hands do work.
Hey, if you're a separator, you know how to be able to lead and press away. That's all we need. Get open, make the catch, man.
I need a week, Coach. I need a week. I'm ready.
You need a bunch of weeks, but
you need a week in a time machine.
Hey, it's hard for me not to be a homer with some of these LA guys, and then obviously my bias towards the Nuggets with the Kroenke affiliation with what Jokic has done, but I think I heard Lou talk about it before I jumped on here. You talk about this positionless player league that we've got and the relevance of that. Well, that's like joker players in the NFL, guys that you can move all over the formation, whether that's guys like a Jahmyr Gibbs for the Lions. You look at some of these tight ends that can move all over the formation. Kelsey throughout his career. We've got a young guy that I'm excited about continuing to develop. These premier receivers are playing outside and inside now. And so, you look at SGA, you look at Giannis, you look at Luka and Wemby and Jokic and Bron. I mean, I just love watching. Steph has been a guy that I've always appreciated. I mean, he's changed the way this game is played with analytics and getting those shots up from the perimeter. But, you're not going to get one answer from me. I'm a fan, and I always appreciate seeing the impressive athleticism and the size of the athleticism and the ball handling up close when I get to go to games.
Yeah. Coach, I also heard that you met with the Lakers and have had great talks with their coach, J.J. Redick. A lot of similarities there. Obviously, young coaches, extremely good hair from both of you.
Settle down.
You guys are both X's and O's, sickos. Like, how did that relationship start? And, can you kind of tell us about those meetings?
Yeah, I think what's cool about this platform is getting a chance to get to know people like you guys and other coaches, and there's a willingness to share because we're not in the same competitive space. JJ's a guy that he's super smart. He's interested. I think, the best people that I've been around, they want to listen, learn, and then that allows you to be able to lead the best way possible. So I'm always looking to learn from guys. Getting with JJ Redick. I'm a T. Lue fan. Got in a relationship with Joe Mazzulla and Steve Kerr and, even Doc Rivers when he was here with the Clippers. But spending some time with JJ this offseason, his capacity for the game is so impressive. There's a lot of things you guys will talk about where I can understand it enough to be dangerous. But then I'm like, man, this capacity is just so beyond. But you can tell there's an ownership. There's a security to be able to let his players have a big input. And I think that's such a big thing in this league with just the amount of time that you guys spend with one another, the amount of games, and the importance of being able to improve and use the games to improve and find your identity as you go.
Yeah, and then obviously earlier this summer, you get the big addition to wide receiver Devontae Adams, and he had some high praise for you, saying you have the same killer mentality that a Kobe, that a MJ had, which is awesome and true. You're already the league's youngest Super Bowl winning coach, 36 years old. How do you personally just continue to find the motivation to keep going and having so much success at a young age?
Honestly, I think it's loving the people that you're doing it with. I think the motivation when your goal is I don't want to let the people down and I'm motivated. That was what was cool about that Super Bowl journey, like we've talked about, Chandler, is when you're working with people like Aaron Donald, Andrew Whitworth, Matthew Stafford, some of these coaches on our staff, Jalen Ramsey, Odell, Von Miller, you're like, I don't want to let these guys down. It's not about my selfish motivations. It's about, wanting to have these guys have those shared experiences and the relationships that are built in the midst of that journey. And don't get me wrong, we're competitive as hell. I hate losing more than anybody, but I do cherish, and I think I have a better perspective on the relationships that are built in the midst of the journey, how you continue to grow as a man. When I was hired as a 30-year-old, I still, and you're continuing to always grow. There's a lot of growing up and there's a lot of mistakes I've made, but you're always at your best when it's about doing right by others without losing that competitiveness. And that's what drives you.
Can you imagine getting a head coaching job at 30.
30.
I couldn't imagine it. No.
I look at our owner all the time. I say, "What the hell were you thinking?" He said, "I don't know either."
Well, it worked out. It worked out, and it's still working out. And Coach, after that Super Bowl win, there was a lot of chatter about you potentially putting that clipboard down and doing some TV work. Do you think your competitive nature would truly allow you to step away from
Hell no.
coaching?
You know
Do you
what?
think that could
funny,
really
Lou?
happen?
My wife says you would drive me nuts if you were not coaching a team. You know, so I think there's a healthier perspective. I think it was a good way to drive up contract negotiations. That was really
Negotiating 101.
Brilliant. That's how it's done.
right. That's exactly right. So no, I love it. I'm really loving it, and you know, I like this. I feel really fortunate with the group that we have. I think there's more parity in this league than there's ever been. But it is good to be where we're at. And I think we've experienced some tough adversity with some of the games we've lost, and that forces you to learn about people. And I'm looking forward to getting back at it when we start up with the Saints after our bye next week.
I got to ask you about the Sean McVay effect. Like, I don't know if you consider that an honor. Do you roll your eyes a little bit? This idea that, you know, everybody who hires a young coach after you, it's the Sean McVay effect. How do you feel about that?
Oh, that's awesome.
I roll my eyes at it, Michelle. What I think's been cool is that because we've been able to have some success, other great coaches that have been instrumental in things that we've done have gotten opportunities that I was afforded at a young age. But, you know, I heard Wade Phillips, who was our defensive coordinator when I first got here, he said it and I loved it. You know, he said to his coaches, "You don't work for me, you work with me." And that's how I look at it. I've learned so much. You know, I'm excited to watch Kevin O'Connell come in here. They play the Chargers tonight on Thursday Night Football. But there's a lot of guys that I love that have been instrumental in good things going on with the Rams that have gone on to do their thing. And unless we're playing them, I'm always happy. So it's a cool thing, but it's always about, you know, us collectively, and I do roll my eyes at it. I think it's funny.
It's awesome, but I get it. All right, this is my last question. It's for you and Chandler. I'm going to show something here. I'm a little bit scared, but what's in the water as far as haircuts? What?
That's not Coach. That's not you.
Oh.
Hey, you know what? I just would stick a bowl right over my head and just put them right around
That
it.
doesn't even look like you.
You have such natural waves there, Coach. I love that.
Yeah, that was the Georgia style. Who pulled that up?
I did not see this before.
Hey, we should be looking at that picture on the left. Let's not focus
No,
on
that's a very punchable dude on the left.
Yeah.
Can we agree?
Jeez, yeah. That's not great. Not a great look for either of us, Coach.
I love it.
That was a guy that made Billy Donovan's hair gray way too young.
God, I can't even imagine. Coach, love it. Love the time. Thank you so much. And good luck the rest of the season.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Yeah, hey, appreciate you guys having me on.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
a lot.
We'll be right back.
That was great.
That was amazing.
Run it up, run it back.
We had a lot of games yesterday. This was a great one. Look, a lot of people keeping their eye on this rookie right here, and for good reason. VJ Edgecombe with a 34-point night. Tyrese Maxey had 40 points in this one. Sixers beat the Celtics 117-116 in Boston. Kind of love the very efficient, nice hug, 74 points that those two guys got. Embiid played 20 minutes. I know we're up on that time restriction thing, Lou, but not quite there yet. Like, what did you see when you watched Embiid last night?
Better times are coming in South Philly.
Okay.
They should be encouraged, man. These young guys, Tyrese Maxey, he's in that space where you want to start seeing him come into his own, start reaching his prime years. And VJ Edgecombe, in our debut show, I said, I don't respect preseason basketball. He said, well, I'll up you one and I'll go out and get a 34 against the real deal guys out there. You have these two guys in your backcourt. You know Jared McCain is coming, and you can start putting some talent around them. You know, obviously Joel Embiid struggled last night, but he's still Joel Embiid. I think he'll have better days to come. So you should be encouraged if you're a Philadelphia 76ers fan with the way that these young guards played last night and against a very accomplished Boston Celtics team. You know, they lose Drew Holiday and they lose Al Horford. They lose some of their defensive identity, but they're still a really good defensive team. So for them to go out and put 74 on them guys' head and get a great road win to start this season, that's a great start for the Philadelphia 76ers.
I agree. And when it comes to the young fella, VJ, I mean, he put in his name in the hat as, you know, a guy that's considered Rookie of the Year so far.
Hello.
So great performance from him. You know, set a rookie record, which is tough considering the guys that have come through this league. You know, you got the LeBrons, you got the Kobes, the different names that have had, you know, incredible rookie seasons. So with that being said, I like where this Philly team is at. I think they have some really good assets. Obviously, you know, the glaring issues with this team is, you know, Paul George and his health and the big fella and his health. But with the sum of the pieces they have around those guys, I still think they're in a really good spot. The East is, you know, considered down. The narrative is that the East is down. I think Philly has a good chance to make some noise this year. and like Lou said, Embiid is probably at his lowest right now, but that's also a good thing, and it's the way you look at it. That means he can't go nowhere but up from where he's at right now. I do feel that the big fella needs to drop more weight. It's only going to help take the pressure off your knees and the lower body injuries that you've already, you know, had in your career. So you need to take as much pressure off your body as you can. Lose another 10, 15. It's only going to be.
I love how you just throw that out there like it's so easy. Just lose another 10, 15.
It is. I think the big fella can do it, and I think it'll benefit him greatly. So with that being said, I like this Philly core. I think they have a chance to make some noise.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they went to Boston without Jared McCain, without Paul George, and with a kind of a hobbled Joel Embiid and got a win. And again, it's one game, and I think they obviously realized how good this rookie is, this backcourt is, and that's without Jared McCain, who was runaway Rookie of the Year last year. And you're looking at BJ Edgecombe, obviously with those guys out, he's getting more opportunity. Imagine taking 26 shots in your first debut, like the luxury that he has, the confidence they have in him to allow him to do that, going 13 of. He took 13 threes. Like that is an awesome situation for him to be in. And obviously he flourished last night. He's so athletic. He gets to the basket. He knocked down 5 threes, which is impressive for a rookie on the road in Boston in that environment. Like for him to step up and do that showed me a lot about him. Joel's got to get healthy. For them to take that next step, he's got to be great. I thought he had a whole summer to kind of come into shape or come into the season with that kind of dominant energy. He didn't really have that last night. It's one game. He's on a minute restriction. I think he's going to continue to get better. But for them to be good, he's got to be great.
You know what? You made a great point. For him to have an opportunity as a rookie to go out and get 26 attempts, I'm glad the Sixers didn't flirt with this. Throw him out there, let him play a ton of minutes. Hey, you got the green light to play basketball and be free out on the basketball court. I think that's only going to make this team more and more dangerous coming down the stretch. If you allow this kid to get so much confidence this early in the season, he can go out and get 34. Now think about how big his eyes are now. I can go get 34 against the Boston Celtics.
It's easy from here on out.
Everybody is in trouble. Everybody is dog food. So now you got a young guy that can go out there. He knows he's going to get 20 and 25 attempts. He doesn't have to look over his shoulder. He doesn't have to worry about somebody subbing in, and he has a long leash to make mistakes. And that's
he did.
Yeah.
I mean, he had those 2 missed free throws at the end that were like, oh no, and then he had a turnaround defensive moment that was great.
Absolutely, Beadle. Like
fun.
That's going to be valuable because he's going to be able to learn from those mistakes. He's going to be able to build from it, especially from day one.
Yeah, it just kind of eliminates the pressure, right? Like now, like Cooper Flagg's going to feel more pressure next game against Washington than he did last night.
Yep.
This kid, it's gone. It's just like he jumped in the way. It's over. So like this was a huge first step, like Lou said, just to instill that confidence in him, where he's going to go and take more shots than Tyrese Maxey in his debut of his career. That's awesome. And he's able to do this without PG, without McCain. You know, guys like Kyle Lowry, Eric Gordon, they're out. They're going to start getting some more guys back, but I don't think he's going to change his game once those guys are back, because he's going to instill this over the next couple of weeks in the first month of the season.
Is it not crazy? Go ahead.
And you also got to give credit to the coaching staff for putting him in a position to be successful. Right. That goes to what we were speaking about earlier with this positionless basketball. I mean, they could have ruined his debut by, giving him the ball, hey, go run point for us, whatever the case may be. Yeah. They put him in a position to succeed, and we see the results of that. So I think we're now in a league of, like I said earlier, where they're not really helping these young kids develop by putting them in the right situations. We can speak on Cooper Flagg, and we can take it even further with a guy like Jonathan Kuminga. It's the same type situation. So credit to Philly for doing this. Obviously, the young fella went out there and performed, but I think they put him in the right position to succeed.
Yeah, he's waking up this morning so confident, knowing he played the most minutes on the team and took the most shots on the team.
Which is crazy.
It's a great feeling to wake up after your career debut.
Yeah, you only get one rookie debut. Like that was it's not a bad one at all.
I got 0 minutes.
Nice.
I played till like the 7th game till
we
buddy.
Sucked. Oh no. What about you, Boogie?
Double.
There you go.
Can't relate.
Let's talk a little bit about the backcourt. Keep talking about it with Maxey. These were the numbers: 74 points. We already told you that. 26 of 50 from the field. They were 12 of 22 from 3. Just looking around the league at backcourts, you know how we love a good who's the best. Who wants to take this one? What are we looking at here? Chandler.
It's one game again.
It's
One game, but again, there's been so much change now, and there's a lot of teams that are experiencing guys in new roles. Like on the other side, Boston Celtics. Derek White is kind of now like that guy outside of Jaylen Brown. It's a new role for him. Is he going to have that same kind of production that he did? But it's hard to not look at this too right away. Again, it's small sample size, but these guys are athletic. They are fast. They can beat you in the half court. They can shoot the ball. This Edgecombe kid can get downhill. The term again. Downhill.
There it is.
And he's so explosive where they're for years to come, and especially this season, they're going to be tough to guard.
I listened to a little bit of NBA radio before coming in this morning, and there are some Phillies fans out there. Look, the Edgecombe thing is definitely a distraction because I think they would have been killing Embiid if it hadn't been such a great night. But I do wonder, Boogie, what you like 1 of 9 from shooting. He only had the 20 minutes, of course. And we are all very trained now to be a little bit hesitant. Like we want him to be healthy so much, and it just doesn't seem to work out that way. What are your expectations realistically?
I think he'll get better. Obviously, he's not healthy right now, and it showed. I mean, it was a highlight, a low light film on Twitter X last night, showing where there was a couple possessions where he didn't even leave the floor, didn't even jump.
Oh.
So obviously that's a sign that he's not, 100% healthy. He has some improving to do. So, but like I said earlier, we know what this guy can do when he's healthy.
Yeah.
He's an MVP in this league.
You know what my
he's one of the
concern
most
is, though?
dominant bigs to ever play this game. When he's healthy, this team will be.
If he's not healthy opening night, when is he going to be healthy?
That's a good question.
That's a great
I mean, I feel like we're going to do this
That's the
what we did
only
last
concern I have. It's like he just had 4 or 5 months of rehab or conditioning or whatever he had to do to get his body right, and opening night, and he's not healthy. That's my concern is not now. When is it going to be? Which sucks.
That's where we are.
Well, hopefully they got a good plan in place. Obviously he's on the minute restriction, so hopefully Philly has a good plan in place to kind of ease him into this season. Maybe the first 20 games he's a little rusty, but after that we can get him rolling and get him ready for this playoff run.
Yeah, I'm not losing hope yet. Like this is still Joel Embiid, and like we said the other day, we don't see another 46 guys that's a better basketball player than Joel Embiid. His knee is in bad shape. That's showing with the performance, that's showing with the minute restrictions, and that's showing with the narrative that's been surrounded by the 76ers. I want to focus on the positive. They got some young guards. They can carry them through some games, even when Joel Embiid struggles. So the better and better that he gets, the better that this team is. And so, obviously, we've seen some very, very dominant nights. Everybody has a bad night, so we're not going to chalk this up and say it's over for him or anything like that. Guys struggle from time to time, and obviously his knee is a problem, but they still should be encouraged by what they saw last night.
Absolutely. And the reason I keep even bringing up the weight issue with Embiid is Tim Duncan went through a similar situation when he went through his knee injury. And the thing that helped him further his career is he said he lost weight and he took pressure off his knees. Yeah. Embiid, you got to, big fella. This isn't a league where you have to be, this bulky guy or this huge guy anymore. This is a league that's like this. It's thin, it's high flying, and it's a fast league. So the heavy weight, the bulk, it's not needed anymore. Go drop the weight and further your career.
You know what else, though? When a guy goes into a game on a minutes restriction, that kind of messes with your psyche a little bit too. And Boogie, you can attest to this, Boogie. You've been a franchise guy before. You've led a franchise. If you go into a game and they're telling you only getting 20 minutes, that messes with you now, because now I got a 3 to 4 minute stretch where I got to go out there and make an impact, and you're pressing, and I'm trying to do as much as I can in that. And as a guy that knows you're going to go out there and play 35 to 40 minutes a night, there's a fill out process when you're going out there for the first 3 to 5 minutes. You're trying to find a rhythm, and then boom, you're out of the game. He played 20 minutes over there. So what's that? That's 5 minutes every quarter if he played that much.
Right.
It's hard to find a rhythm like that when you're a guy that's used to getting the ball so much and the offense going through you when you really can't find a rhythm in a minutes restriction situation.
That actually makes a lot of sense. Celtics actually looked like they had this one, and then they gave up those 42 points in the fourth quarter. They also had the 2 missed opportunities there at the end, Peyton Pritchard on those. Chandler, Eastern Conference, obviously everyone talks about it's the weaker of the 2 conferences, but where do they stand?
I think there's kind of somewhere in the middle of the pack. I think they're going to have to fight for, that 6 to 8 range. And again, it's going to be an up and down season for them. A lot of change, a lot of new roles. You see Peyton Pritchard goes from 6th man of the year to now starting point guard.
Yeah.
They bring in Anthony Simons, who I love, who 10 shots off the bench is not enough for him. He's going to have to be that spark plug that kind of gets them going. But it's not a deep team either. And it wasn't their problem before, but they had the best starting 5 in the lineup.
Conrad was right.
What's that?
Conrad was right.
On what?
Me and Boogie were talking the other day. I just wanted to say that on air.
He wasn't.
But now.
Well, no, you got to tell people what he's right about.
I disagree.
We argued that Anthony Simons is going to be a guy that's going to get 15 to 20 attempts for
And he
this
should.
team.
He's going to.
And he
He
should.
should.
He's going to.
He should.
What did Conrad?
Conrad said he's at 25.
Well,
Conrad
yeah,
went real big.
Well, we
25
said that
shots.
was a lot. We said that was a lot for anybody.
Okay, that's fair.
I just think when they weren't the deep team when they won the championship, it's because they had the best starting 5 in the NBA
Exactly.
with Tatum, Brown, Holiday, Porzingis. Now they don't have that. So now it's almost they need a better bench. They need more assets. They're not deep at all. And again, they're new roles. Like this is new for Derek White's one of the best role players in the NBA.
Yep.
Now he's the 1 or 2 option any given night. It's a different game for him. So I think they're going to be fine. They're always going to play hard. They're well coached. They're going to defend, but I don't see them getting to the Eastern Conference Finals.
And also, we won't overreact. Somebody had to win the game last night, and
they had their chances.
And the Sixers were explosive, and they had their opportunities. But for the last 2 seasons, we've been saying, whose team is this? Is it JB's team or is it JT's team?
There it is.
Now JB is out there by himself. He's going to have to go out there and be the guy that's going to lead this team to a lot of wins, and I think he will. I expect him to, but I won't overreact over this game. Yeah. This was a great game last night, and it went the Sixers' way.
You think Peyton Pritchard stays where he is?
I think the Celtics will be fine.
If the Celtics win this game, media's just crushing Joel Embiid today in Philly. Again, they lost by a point?
Point.
Could have easily went the other way.
He easily could have done it. Peyton Pritchard, does he stay starting? Does he go to the bench? What would you do?
I'm sending him to the bench, and I'm promoting Anthony Simons. That's
okay.
my opinion.
Because he's good off.
I mean, he was just the best 6th man in the world.
Exactly.
He won
That's the
6th
thing.
man
Yep.
last year. Obviously, he can flourish in that role, and we've seen what Anthony Simons has done in the starting spot. I think it's an easy decision, but hey, I'm not coaching the team.
You're not. By the way, did anybody else catch when Sean McVay said he would have these talks with Joe Mazzulla? Just visualize the meeting between those 2 human beings
Imagine
in a
that
room
combo.
somewhere. Like the energy is so bizarre right there. It's like hyper and then death in a good way. I love that part. All right, we're gonna take a quick break, wrap things up on the other side. Yeah, I just kind of love the visual. He's giving like weird morbid quotes.
Run it back, run it up, run it back.
Okay, this is weird. Like, am I supposed to say happy birthday to myself?
Yeah, Beadle.
Happy
Why does this work?
birthday to you.
Oh my God, I can't do this.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Beadle.
For Christ's
Happy
sake.
birthday to you.
How old are you?
I'm 50. I'm 50. What do I do? That thing from SNL? Yeah, I'll do it, but it'll be embarrassing for everybody here.
Any big plans?
We're gonna go get hammered tonight all together.
So sorry if we look a little
So, yeah,
haggard
don't
tomorrow
expect
morning. We're
pretty tomorrow.
celebrating.
Friday
The
morning
legend.
will be a different type of show.
Tomorrow we're just gonna get through the day. We're gonna just say that right
Should
now.
we drink
by the way,
tomorrow on the show?
why don't we just keep it rolling?
Keep it going.
That's the best way to handle it. We actually do get to see Jokic for the first time tonight. He finally gets to get out on that floor. Anybody excited? It's kind of weird that we.
It's weird that he hasn't played the first 2 nights.
Yeah, he's just been chilling for the first 2 nights of the season. Expectations
As we talk
for
about
Denver?
everybody else being MVPs.
I know, and he's just sitting back
Sitting
quietly.
at home
like,
stewing.
Yeah. By the way, he's going to have like 40 and
He is.
20 and 10 tonight. We're like, he's the best player.
Don't do that.
Whole new conversation.
Yeah. Wouldn't be who.
I do kind of love that. I am excited. I don't know what I expect from Denver. Again, the West is the West. It is glorious. What do we think about them? Quick, go. I don't. We have 10 seconds.
I like him. I like him.
There you go. He likes them. That's good enough for me. All right.
Happy birthday, Will.
Happy birthday to me, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.